Alright, good day everyone. So today I'll be talking about value investing. So these are some of the trading platforms that I have been using since 2016. We have CIMB, Leong, ebroker. We also have itrade. Okay, let's jump into straight to the point. Right. So first point, trade less. Okay, as a value investor, you will want to trade less. You will only trade quality stocks, quality companies. Second is do not be overconfident. All right, no matter how confident you are, no matter how certain you are that the stocks that you are buying is going to go up, never be 100% sure. Right? Keep a margin of safety. So let's say the intrinsic value of the stock that you want to buy is at 1 ringgit and 50 cents. So make sure you keep 10 to 15% of margin safety. That means you buy at 10 to 15% lower than 1 ringgit 50 cents. So that in the case that if things go wrong, or rather when you enter and the stock price starts to fall, okay, especially if you enter right at 1 ringgit 50 cents, and if it starts to fall, at least you have a margin of safety to protect your profit and to try to safeguard yourself from incurring losses. Be realistic. Okay, value investors, we invest in stocks with strong fundamental. Okay, we believe that the stock has growth potential over time. So you will need to manage your expectation. You don't expect 20 or 30% gain overnight. Right? So be realistic. Do research, especially if you are a value investor. You will need to spend some time to read on the financial report, look at some news, okay, on what is going on in that company, what is the track record, okay, and all these things. Avoid peer pressure. Yes, we always feel like we want to trade together. We have our own trading group, or we belong to certain Telegram group. Okay, it's fine. That is totally fine. And when you see that your friends are posting wins after wins after wins, whereas you are still staring at a loss, okay, or even break even, do not be pressured. Do not feel pressured to follow your peer. Okay, value investor, we have our own judgment, and we will try to stand by our judgment. We learn from mistakes. Do not repeat the same mistake twice or thrice or even once if possible. Okay, if you notice that certain strategies does not work, fine, improvise. Pay attention to the management of the company. So value investors believe in fundamentally strong companies. So fundamentally strong companies tend to rely quite hugely on the management of the company. So you may want to ask yourself whether the management company is really, have been very serious in doing their business, does not have too much media exposure, publicly announcing to the whole world that they are doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that. Okay, so a good fundamentally strong companies, the management usually will just stay focused on running their business and make sure that they get higher and higher revenue and profit, so that they can reward their stakeholders, their shareholders. Learn from the masters, but question them. Okay, it's fine if you join some Telegram groups, if you sign up for some investing or trading classes, that is totally fine, because you want to cut short your learning curve. But make sure that whatever that you learn, you understand. If you don't understand, you question them. If they could not answer you, then you will need to look for the answers yourself. Understand the logic behind, and then you will be able to invest thoroughly. Buy what you know what you buy. Value investors will never invest in companies that they do not know much about, right? So if you are a total beginner with zero trading or investing experience, start from the brands that you know of. What are the products that you use before and they are of good quality? That would be a good starting point. Diversify at least 15 to 20 stocks, especially if, but then I would only suggest that you diversify when you have a sizable portfolio, let's say of at least 100,000 ringgit. Okay, then it would make sense. But if you only have like 5,000 ringgit or 10,000 ringgit, then plan ahead and try to work towards eventually owning 15 to 20 stocks in your portfolio. 20 good quality stock. Buy and hold. Value investors, we believe that the companies that we invested in, they have growth potential over time. Okay, they grow because they have a strong reason to grow, not due to any speculation. Right, so we will buy, we will hold, and we will let the value mature itself. Buy a stock like a business. Okay, invest in a company as if you really are. In fact, you actually are planning to own the company. And then if you have this mentality, if you have this mindset, that is already value investing. Believe in the power of compounding interest. If you invest in good companies, good growth stocks with occasional dividends to reward the shareholders, or even share reinvestment options, take it and wait for the compounding interest to reward you over time. So that is all